thank you for joining me here today. This is a pick a deck reading for the situation you are in or the situation the person you are dealing with are in. With me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I have done two other interesting pick a deck readings recently that is named Will You Come Back Into Union and Who Are They as a Person? You can find them in the playlist Pick a Card Psychic Readings at my channel. For this reading, I'm going to check into the situation of a person. You can watch this if you wonder about a particular person's situation or your own situation. It is you that set the intention for who to ask about, with where your focus are at when you are looking at the different paths and makes your choice. Often the divine also hijacks your question to show you something you have missed out on, so you might get answer about the person you didn't intend to ask about. This information that you attained from this reading is not to be used to hurt someone else or to tell them how to fix their situation. Help them and support them to figure it out for themselves. You can of course give hints, but try to not be forceful when entering another person's life with this kind of knowledge. So let us begin. You can choose intuitively from these three decks that will be named 1, 2, 3. From left to right, 1, 2, 3. The one that instantly catches your interest is the right pile and will make your reading with it. Don't overthink it. Go with your first choice. The number or pile you're most drawn to, that is the most intuitive. So I will give you a moment to choose, and I'll show you this from above a little bit, so you can decide which deck are yours. And I will also tune in a little bit to the readings. Okay, so I hope you made your choice. So I will take away number 3 here and pile number 2 and start with pile number 1. So this is I will show you the package. It's the well, sorry, it's the golden tarot anyways. Okay, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, I see the Page of Swords together with the World, okay? So this is a person that's very curious about whatever is going on a world arena, okay? So this is a person that's probably either very spiritual or have a very scientific kind of mind. They are curious, they want to know about who they are and why they came and what they are here to do. So this person's situation seems to be dealing with the bigger questions of life and creation. Might also be going to school with the Page of Swords there. Often comes together with schooling of some sort, but it's also about the school of life, of course. And the World, it shows that wherever you are at is the perfect place for you to be. So you are on the right path to your highest destiny. So I call the divine with love and light, and here we have 8 of Pentacles together with the World. So this person is working very hard with this international questions. So it might be a person that's working around the world or have maybe left their home country to be on another place to work, okay? But it also shows that this person might have an international kind of job, or their mind is just very global, okay? They are thinking in global terms and working in global terms. Might be working from one country, but working with clients all over the world as well. So, call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have 4 of Wands together with the World. So it shows that this person has a very particular personality as well. They are very stable. It's like they have a very great confidence, and that's why they are able to work on this kind of grand scale. They are very grounded and also I think they are put in a certain place because the divine needed them there. Okay, with the Four of Wands here. It shows also that this person might be, of course, in a committed love relationship with a soulmate. With the World here, the Four of Wands is also the marriage card. It's for a stable foundation, which can be a marriage or engagement, or a person just have been able to find themselves. So I call the 6 elements. And here we have the Ace of Wands together with 4 of Wands. So we can see it hitting off. So I think this person has been building a very stable foundation for themselves so that they can hit off as a rocket into the sky. Okay, so it's a diligent work that has been done from this person in their life. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and give us a clear view reading for this personality of the person that is depicted in pile number 1. Wow, jumper. And here we have the Knight of Cups. So it's the little knight that comes with some kind of offer, some kind of forgiveness maybe, or offer of love. So I think this is what the person wants. They are working on this very international scale, or they have this very vivid mind, but what they want is love and union and harmony. So if they didn't want that before with you, or if you, then they have probably changed their mind, and they seem to be very in tune with partnership and working on together with other people in very harmonious relationships. We have the Hangman here with the Ace of Cups. So for those of you, this is, I think it's a particular message for those of you that's asking about another person. You're wondering what they are doing because there's maybe a breach between you two, or some kind of distance, maybe because they are traveling the world. But it can be in a mental way that in their mind they are very global. So it seems like there's love here. And if the person is far away from you, they probably miss you, but they're not currently doing anything about it because their situation are as such. Or maybe they are too shy to approach you, or maybe they think it won't be a good outcome. Maybe you won't be happy to hear from them or see them. So this person is... I think has great feelings for you, but they are not showing it. So that's a little bit the persons themselves, their outcome. 4 of Wands. Yeah, okay, so in that case, if this feels like it resonates for you, I think they want to be in a stable relationship with a Queen of Wands, or this might be a Queen of Wands also that wants a stable relationship and are ready for love. So they are ready for you to approach them, but they are not ready to approach you themselves, it seems, with the Hangman that came. And we have 2 of Cups here. For some of you, this will of course show that they are already in a very happy marriage and partnership. So you need to be look out for that. Okay, this is a general reading, so I can't look into every person's situation. It's general. So, and here you have Temperance together with 6 of Pentacles. So I think this person wants to make peace with you. They want to make things work with you. They want to maybe have the world together with you. I'm so sorry for all these jumping cards. 2 of Wands. They want to have the world with you. 6 of Swords. That's the truth. But they are holding on. Hangman, 2 of Wands. It's like they feel it's not the right time right now to approach with this Knight of Cups. So, it's a very happy deck. Obviously, 6 of Wands. They want victory with you, or maybe if this is a little bit more troublesome person, they might want victory for themselves. Ace of Wands. So you need to watch out a little bit for these kind of people that's so set on what they want, because yes, this can show like a person burning for longing after you, but it can also show a person that's burning after winning over you. But we saw a lot of love. I just want to warn you that it's not always just sunshine and roses. Some people, most likely a person that has a masculine approach to the world, male or female, they might be a little bit wants to win or approach people in a way that to get attention and to win, because we saw about the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands here. So that's a little bit of warning. So yes, they probably love you, but it might be in a sexual way. But I'm not seeing that for the general. It's just a little warning that came. So your pile is ready, so I will just look at your oracle card. So the first oracle card is telling me the nature of your situation. So it's a creative expression. This person is having a creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively, and it might be in their mind, like they're thinking and figuring things out, figuring out how the world works, and might be thinking about myths and fairy tales and history and how it all adds up together, and how we came here, what we are here to do, things like this. It might also be a person using this, it's like a person has an ability to approach other worlds, so they can feel into other dimension, into the subconscious and the Akasha Chronicles. So this can also be a person that has a very beautiful creative expression, maybe with paintings, writing books, or making jewelry, or whatever it can be a carpenter or whatever. So a creative expression. So this is the nature of their situation. They are dealing with this creative expression. So it's like a person being very creative. Okay. And the second oracle card is telling me with what you have problem achieving. And it's listen only to love. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission. We saw the Hangman and Two of Wands with this person. So they have a lot of love in their heart, but they don't dare to express it. And it might be because they listen to fear instead of love, like what can happen. Instead of just expressing what's in their heart and trust that this is the divine thing to do. To always keep yourself truthful and express what you feel, even if you have no ability to achieve what you want. At least all cards are on the table, so people can, make up their mind. If if you're going and you're in love with a person your whole life, but you never tell them, and when you are 80 and you tell them, oh, I was so in love with you, like for decades, and they say, oh God, why didn't you tell me? I was in love with you too. So we want to avoid these kind of situations. It's also this, that the person might not see you as an option before you tell the truth of how you feel. So, and they might not gladly accept your invitation at that point, but if they have time to digest this a little bit, they can at a later point be able to see, yeah, okay, this is interesting, I want to check this out. But if they don't know that the possibility is there, they can't think like this, and this process can't go on within them. So even if we risk being kind of rejected, we should show our emotion and train to accept rejection. It's creating a feeling inside of you, a feeling that we name pain, but it's really just a frequency vibration. And if you can learn to deal with that, take rejection without becoming angry or disappointed, or take it as a personal insult or a personal, like saying something about you that you are not worthy of love. So if you can train yourself in taking rejection, so ask random people out for dinner or whatever to overcome this fear of what I think is rejection. So it might be that this person is a little bit prideful, not much, but on a little bit prideful, and doesn't want their ego to get hurt. So it's very important then to overcome this, to be like the greater soul instead of the little ego. And this card, the third card, is telling me how you will achieve the desired outcome. So whatever that is for you, learning and teaching are part of your higher calling. So this is really a person that's very curious and wants to learn about the world, and to continue learning and continue making mistakes, falling on our face, having success, being on the top of the world, falling down again. That's what it's all about. So this is what's going to give the person the experience to learn to deal with things in the best way possible. So always continue learning and you will achieve your goals. So, okay. I'll just tune in a little bit to this situation. Okay. So this is the situation at hand, and we have a 3 of Pentacles. We also have the 8 of Pentacles earlier, which shows that this is about work. It's about working on perfecting oneself. We can be working on perfecting our health or our body's capacity, healing our body, or having some kind of body workout. It can also show a person diving deep into their creative expression at work, like in a career. So the person is very aimed towards building something in their life, creating something in their life, making achievements, working together in groups, cooperating with other people to achieve certain goals. So if you are longing for a person to show and express love towards you, I think they're working towards getting there. Okay. So that's the situation, and this is the challenge. And we have the moon here, so it shows fear. So I think this is connected to the listen only to love, don't allow fear to distract you. So this person is very easily distracted by fear. They want certain things, but I think they want to be in control. They are used to be very smart and to deal with things in a certain kind of way. So when love comes over them, like all the love cards that we saw, they might feel that they lose control and they want to keep this a secret. It's almost like going around being nauseated and throwing up in secret. So it feels like this person thinks that there's something wrong with them for feeling this kind of love. And it makes them very fearful because they lose control over their normal, smart and controlled self. They always have an answer to every problem. It's just this with their own fear that they can't really handle. It takes them over and makes them a little bit afraid to express themselves or to follow their heart or their dreams. So how you are dealing with this challenge, and it's an Ace of Pentacles. So the person here, they realize at least that they deal with some kind of chance that's before them, and they want to take all the chances that they can get, but it might be that they need to be offered this. We had the Knight of Cups coming twice when I shuffled, so it shows a situation where a person is being offered something, and the Ace of Pentacles is traditionally also a chance that's being offered to you. So this person wants to take chances, but they kind of want to know that the chance is there. So this is a person that probably doesn't take the first step when it comes to different things that they don't have control over. If they have control over things, I think they might be a big achiever, a very creative person. They deal with their own personal projects, and they are very eager to learn things. But when it comes to other people and relationships and things that offers that they don't have control over, I think they are a little bit more shy and withdrawn and are waiting for the other person to make that approach. Okay, so what your intuition tells you, and here we have the Six of Wands. So the intuition tells this person that, yeah, there will be victory. You are on the right track. You're doing the right thing. And by following your fear, you find the golden door that will reach to your next level of understanding and achievement. So fear and pain is the doorway to excel. So if you want to excel in life, in love, in whatever, go to where your pain and fear are, and become the master of getting to know yourself in this area, and this will open new doors for you. And with the Six of Wands, it's almost like a hero's road, going to the dark enchanted forest and saving someone that's in need and becoming like a hero and being sung about for 1,000 years to come about this heroic mission of yours. So it seems like this person here will go to some troubles and learn from them and share their experience with the world. So that is what the intuition tells them. But it's also, sorry for that. Okay, it's a little bit dark in here, but the camera is modern cameras are so great, they can, you know, see in darkness. If I opened the blinds for my window, it will be too much contrast, so we wouldn't see a thing. So this is how this person, or how you are aligned with your intuition. And we have a Page of Wands here, so that looks very beautiful. This person goes wherever the divine wants them to go. They kind of listen to their longing, but in some cases they are hesitant because of their fear of not being accepted, maybe, or being like listened too much. They might be a dreamer a little bit, so they think sometimes that this, what they are guided to do, is not really what they are guided to do. So they might feel, I'm dreaming it all, and this person doesn't at all want this, or this company would never hire me, or whatever is going on. So the person is following the divine guidance, but it's a shyness, almost on the brink of going into the goal. So I think this person has a hard time trusting their very vivid dreams, and they might think that everything is an illusion, but they'll listen very carefully to their intuition. It's a very intuitive person in general. So what do you need to relax and accept? And it's the Ten of Swords. So it's obviously fear and pain and mistakes falling on your face, the worst thing happening. So in most situations, when you're fearful, think about the worst thing that could happen, and just decide that you can take whatever happens, okay? Even if you lose your job, even if you lose your house, even if you have to live underneath a pine tree in the forest, decide that you will be able to live through whatever challenge that comes. So that will help you with accept and relax into this fear, and maybe do the thing that you are guided to do, or this person will have to face their fear before they will be able to do the things they are guided to do. So Ten of Swords also means getting rid of all survival skills, how we have decided that this I do, this I wouldn't do. And it usually comes from our childhood. We have decided that this is possible for me, this is not impossible. And I think this person has decided that things are possible for themselves when they create things, but as soon as they come into union with others, there's a little bit of problem. They get a little bit like insecure and shy. Okay. So the next level this person will find themselves at, it's the Four of Pentacles. So it seems like this person will become more stable and steady, or more grown up. We have a Page of Swords and a Page of Wands. The Page of Swords was the first card that came. So it might indicate a twin flame relationship if you are asking about another person, or that you are in a situation with a twin flame relationship where I think you're not in, either you are not in union, or you are not really talking about the things that matters. It's like there's a silence between these two people that I have been seeing. It might be that this reading is talking about a fire sign or an air sign. We have also Earth here, and this is Cancer. But in other case, we have seen a lot of fire and air in the personality cards. So the Four of Pentacles shows that this person will grow up, maybe become not a child, but excel in some way, and widen their horizon by not letting their survival skills here limit them. So they will become more sure and hopefully be able to have their comfort zone with them wherever they go. So a person becoming much more stable. They already had stability, but it's when they come to their creative expression. But when it comes to these more manifested things that might have to do with being accepted at work, or being celebrated for your career achievements, or having an income, a good income, or things that you can't really control, how people give you money, if they like what you are doing, if they love you in the relationships you are in. So this is what this person is working with, to try to manifest something stable here on earth, because they are like this great spirit that has a lot of energy to create things, but they are a little bit unsure when it comes to dealing with earthly matters, how to create things, to be given things on earth, how to take part of the abundance and the people that's here. If they can go like an alien, it's like an astronaut that comes from the heavens and visit Earth for the first time. They have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. They're really old soul. But here they are a little bit like a beginner. They don't know how to approach people or how to act in social situations. They might appear very social, but they have certain fears when it comes to things that they can control, and that includes other people. But it seems like they will get the hang of it, and they be able to have their comfort zone with them wherever they go, so they can be more sociable and more brave maybe. But the Four of Pentacles is also showing that this might take time. So they might be shy for a while longer. So if you want something from this person, you probably need to approach them yourself. And this is the outcome. And we have an 8 of Wands. So some things wants to hit off for this person. It really wants to the world wants to take this person on a journey and achieve, so they can achieve all their goals and win all their victories. They just need to be less fearful and dare to do the things they didn't dare to do. Also dare to be rejected, dare to do mistakes, dare to lose everything. And then the blockage will be taken away, and this person can go on to their spiritual school here on earth and learn all the things that they were supposed to learn. So I think things are about to hit off for this person, but first there might be a little bit challenges where we need to face and overcome our fears. Okay, so I'll let you see this a little bit from above, and I hope this helped, and I thank you so much for watching number 1. And don't forget to go to my my channel and watch my other pick a card readings. Will you come back into union, and who are they as a person? So you'll get a full complete picture of the situation you are in. So okay, thank you so much for watching, and also those of you that wants to like and subscribe, thank you so much for that as well. And if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can check the description box for details. So, okay, so that was pile number 1. And the oracles as well. So we'll move on to pile number 2, which is this deck, Psychic Tarot Oracle deck with John Holland. It's a gift from a friend. It has been a little bit mistreated, but I was guided to use it today anyways, so I'm the one listening to my guides. So this is the back side of the cards. So when I open your deck here, I see Triumph and Trapped in Fear. So Triumph is the Chariot card, and Trapped in Fear is 8 of Swords. So this is a person that wants to achieve everything and own the world and be like the master of the universe, kind of, but they are trapped in fear. So I'm not sure if they are able to achieve the things that they want right now. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light, and here we have passion ignited together with triumph. So passion ignited, that's the Ace of Wands together with triumph. So their longing is pushing them to overcome their fear, or the longing is pushing you to overcome your fear. This ignition comes from their soul. So their soul came here for a reason, wanted to do something, some particular thing, and to do that, they need to overcome their fear or their limitations, or how they think that the world will always treat them. It can be like, no, I'm not able to be successful, I'm not able to be in a love relationship, I have never had that, I will never have this. So it probably mental blockages, because it seems like there's nothing wrong with this person's soul and their will as a soul, but sometimes the ego takes too much place in a human being, so we can't follow our soul's road to fulfillment as long as we have the ego saying, no, that will end up hurting you, no, you can be rejected, no, you can end up making a mistake. The soul wants to make mistakes. It wants to take itself to the highest mountain and fall down, because the soul is eternal. The ego, it's trying to keep the body alive. The body isn't eternal. It's just a gift that you have been given for this lifetime, where beautiful atoms that has once been in exploding stars have come together to lend you a body. So the body is your temple. It needs respect, of course. So we are not supposed to put it in danger just because our soul wants us to. So the ego is right. It's has its a work to do. So we need to listen to it a little bit and to the soul a lot so that we can achieve the things we are here to do. So this person seems to be in movement of some sort, or they are called to do a movement, but they might be fearful to do so. So there's fear-based limitations, limitation of the mind, the thinking mind, that's making this person a little bit helpless to follow their divine instructions. So I called the 4 archangels, and here we have strength together with passion ignited. So it seems most likely that this person will overcome whatever fear they have to go on their journey, like the chariot. So this is the strength card. It's connected to Leo. This is also Ace of Wands, which is fire. So it shows a lot of fire here. So 6 elements. And here we have the throat chakra and passion ignited. So it might be that there's something that this person wants to say, but or express, but they are afraid what other people will think of them with the 8 of Swords. They have other people's thinking in their mind. If I do this, they will think this of me. If I do that, some people might say this. So they're very limited by what other people might say. So also their speech are limited. But they have something important to say that comes from their soul. So I'm actually thinking of a song, and it's Sound of Silence that comes for this pile number 2. Sound of Silence. Yeah, 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for the person's situation. Let's choose pile number 2. See what's going on with them. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, I will tune in a little bit first here. So, people of pile number 2, this is the nature of your situation, and we have body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So this is a person that's dealing with their body and with the expression of the body. We also saw the chariot together with Ace of Wands. This is it's very explosive expression of oneself. So it might be that this person has a gift of some sort which they are channeling through them. but they might have a little bit problem with manifesting this because maybe they're keeping it a secret. We got the throat chakra card. So this person has a real gift that they are about to share with the world, but they might be a little bit not shy about it, but they don't know how this is going to be received, if people will love this or not. Yes, and this is the second oracle card is telling me what you have problem achieving, and it's a new project, like a newborn baby. Your actions are growing your idea into reality. So the person has like a project already. It's something that has been born already. And it's from the divine point of view, it's just, just go, just start with this. And when we start with something that's kind of new, we are already kind of an expert on it. Maybe you have worked with this in past lifetimes, for example. But when we start something new with a new body, it's almost like we need training wheels, and when these training wheels are taken off, we need to fall and take ourselves up again, and fall and take ourselves up again. And most people, they're not ready for that. They just want the success, and that's why they are fearful to get started, because if they don't get that success, they don't want to start the project. They want to be immediately successful, so people will say good things about them. Oh, what a skillful person, or see how they have succeeded. They don't want to hear them saying, oh, they were so brave starting this new project, but it ended up in failure, so that this person has problem to take. But the new project wants to be started, failing or not. It just wants to be started, and we are here to, as I've said, rise and fall, fall on your face, make mistakes, become more experienced of it, and by that, from this, we will have the success, not for free, just as a miracle being thrown at us. It's hard work, dedication, taking one step in front of the other. Nothing comes for free. We are here to become masters of all things, not only being like spiritual beings, being able to meditate and reach higher realms, but also be able to manifest our soul on the earth. And it will take practice and failure to get there. So this new project wants to be born, and it wants to come to fruition and be expressed, maybe through the throat chakra. Maybe there's things needs to be said. Maybe you have knowledge that needs to be shared about how, for example, to take care of the body, or how to heal yourself in some ways or others. Okay. So this is the third oracle is telling me how you will achieve the desired outcome, and it's pay attention to your dreams. You are receiving divine guidance while you sleep. Even if you don't remember your dreams, the answers are in your unconscious mind, where they appear in order to help you. So you have been sent signals and signs for how to get started, or what this newborn project wants to look like. So even if you don't remember your dreams, start your dream work. Get yourself a journal, put it on the nightstand, and in the morning when you wake up, you write down your first impression. It can be the first impression of the day, or just a little bit what you remember from the night, that you dreamt something that was pleasant, awful, or whatever. You can also remember maybe just one dream symbol. When you start to give this attention, your subconscious mind will give you more and more access. If you don't give it attention, you will not remember your dreams. If you give it attention, you will remember your dreams. So the more attention you give, the more the details you will remember. So this is it's like opening a door, and by fixing this journal and starting to do this routine, you will open the door. And here you will get all the guidance that you need to fulfill your project. And it might be that you will work with dreams in general. It might be this as well for some of you. But it's about fulfilling your also the dreams you have for your life. Not only the dreams that comes to you at night, but the dreams you have for your life. So you need to take the necessary actions to get there. Find out what your dreams are. What would you do if you didn't have to earn any money? You could just do whatever heck you wanted. So write down a list and start doing those things. Choose the one thing that makes your heart a little extra full of joy, and start doing it. Like take the first step, the second step, the third step, and something might grow out of this after some failures and falling on one's face. Okay, so tuning in for a few seconds here. Okay, so here's your reading. And the first card shows the situation you're in, financial and material changes. It might be that something has changed with your foundation, and it's almost like a mother has kicked out a little bird out of the nest and say, "Fly, my little bird, fly." And the bird says, "What? I can't. I haven't trained for this. I don't know what to do. I don't have any dreams. I don't have any projects. There's nothing I want to do." But with this, it shows that these insecurities that you're feeling, they are the starting ground for some new project. Out of necessity, what you refused to birth forward when your life was in order, you are going to have to birth forward when your life is not in order, when income is not coming easily, or when things are not going smoothly. So sometimes this is what makes us able to finally reach our dreams, to be kicked up out of an old one or something that wasn't really a dream, it was just a foundation. So this is Five of Pentacles in other decks, so it shows a person that might have a little bit difficulty with their own self-esteem, or feeding themselves, or getting what they need from the world. And in this card it shows a hand in different colors, so it shows that it's necessary for you to work together with others to achieve this. And it might be that you feel shunted out by others, that they judge you, they don't understand you, they don't support you, and all these things. And it's probably because you don't understand you and you don't support you. So when you start to do this, you will see less of the unsupportive actions in the world. When you align with yourself and start to feel free to be your true self, other people will let you more and more be your true self as well. So it's always this reflection. Yes, okay, so the next card is the challenge, and we have truth here, so it's judgment. So this card is about being able to express yourself, being able to be yourself, be the grand soul you are on the earth, instead of playing it safe and be the little ego instead, and trying to fit into the pack as a little lamb. You are here to be more of a lion and not the lamb. So you need to, it's like this person is keeping truth from us. So you are keeping a truth from us. There's something that you are able to achieve, but you have problem growing into your own shoes and taking the necessary responsibility for your own luck, life, and fortune that is necessary. So all this is about being thrown out of the nest and learning to use your wings to fly. Okay, so this is how you're dealing with this challenge. And we have material and spiritual prosperity, which is the Six of Pentacles. So we have Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. I think you are trying to get help from others. You still feel like this little bird, so you say, "Please, can you help me back into my nest? I have accidentally fall out. I don't think that my mother intended to kick me out. It was probably like her moving around in the kitchen, and then woo, I flew. So I have to get help to get back there." So this is not really taking responsibility and growing up. It's just trying to keep on being the little chicken. And we are not supposed to be a chicken, not supposed to be a lamb. We need to be more of our lion royal soul self. Okay. So what your intuition is telling you: conflict and defeat. Five of Swords. So you're very scared of this, to be in conflict. You don't think that you can manage on your own. It might be that you have problems with your root chakra and your sacral chakra, that you need to work with aligning these chakras. See very red colors in the root chakra and this beautiful orange color. You can make it into flowers and try to work through your whole chakra system and get it into order, because it's like your body and your self right now is very fear-based. If other people are angry with you, you won't survive. If they don't support you, you won't survive. If they don't give you a job, you won't survive. If they don't give you money, you won't survive. So you're very scared and kind of walking on eggshells like this to not offend anybody or make them angry, because you feel that you wouldn't survive without them. So it's a very dependent personality that has a lot of potential. Your soul has a lot of potential, but you have been born in a body with certain ancestral karmas that make you fear-based. Probably your ancestors have been like they have been forced to fight for their survival. So this is still your instinct, and you think that you need to be one of the group and keep your head low and to kind of fit in, to not offend anyone and to not be thrown out of the pack. But being thrown out of the pack in this situation can be a blessing, because that will make you grow up and come to the next level of your development. That will be the solar plexus chakra, where you know that you can create things. The root chakra is I have. So I have my tribe, I have my security, I have my job, I have my income. So this is what I have, and I defend it, and I try to not come into conflict so anyone will take it away from me. And the sacral chakra is what I want, I need. So it's like a little bit of a waking up, where you start to long for other things, like to separate yourself a little bit from the pack and get something that's unique, not just the villa, the Volvo, and the kids. This is might be an end goal for your soul still. It's beautiful goals, but each soul, especially when we are young in our body, we need to find our own expression before we can settle down and become a member of the grown-up community. And that will happen partly through the solar plexus chakra, where you realize that you can create things for yourself and survive. But here you think, no, I won't. And your intuition is also telling you that you need to look at this with the Five of Swords. Why are you so scared on other people becoming angry with you or not accepting you? How are you working with this, what the intuition is telling you? And we have the Two of Wands, which is the waiting game. I think there has been some kind of conflict already. Maybe you feel thrown out a certain situation that you needed. I think this person they might have lost their job or lost an important relationship, and they are now feel kind of left out in the cold. And the challenge is to grow up, but they don't want to. They just want other people to come and fix things for them. And there has been a conflict which they actually need to solve, but they don't solve it. They just wait for someone else to fix this for them. So they are like this little baby bird thrown out of the nest and just beep, beep, beep. Can someone please help me back to my nest? And maybe the mother that threw them out in the first place, but she's not coming. So this is the spiritual challenge for this person. And it might be that this person was thrown out for a legit reason. Maybe they, with being this little bit juvenile, maybe they weren't helpful. They weren't contributing. They were just like this little baby bird wanted to be fed. And people got tired of them and said, oh, we don't have use of you because you don't, it needs to be hands on deck here. Everyone needs to help. And if there's not hands on deck, we don't need you. So therefore, this person might feel left out in the cold and just want the other person to say, okay, we have changed our mind, come back, we will continue feeding you in the way we did previously. That won't probably happen, but this person is kind of waiting for this to happen instead of taking charge of their life and figuring out, okay, so if other people won't help me survive, how can I survive on my own? How can I become an adult and survive on my own? How are baby birds supposed to cope when they are thrown out of the nest? Okay, figure this out. So then What do you need to relax and accept? And it's moving on, and it's Six of Swords. So Six of Swords, we have Six of Pentacles, might be speaking about that this person is very preoccupied thinking about certain relationship that didn't pan out well. And with the Six of Swords, we can either accept that there's a conflict and move on and decide that we will not wait for people to be happy with us and invite us back in. We will actually move on to our own, move to our own apartment, getting a career of our own, maybe studying to get this career or inventing something of your own, like your own career. But it's also about truth, about expressing what's in your heart and what is starting the necessary discussion, maybe to solve this conflict. We have Five of Swords, Six of Swords. So it might be that some kind of truth needs to come out. And the first truth might be, I'm not happy with being thrown out like this. How come you no longer want to give me what you gave me before? And then maybe getting an explanation on how we need to grow up to get back to a more harmonious state in our relationship. So what do I need to change so that we can cooperate again and we can have an exchange, beautiful exchange in love. Six and six here is connected to the Lover's card. And this is the next level this person will grow into. And we have the universe, so it's the world. So it seems like this level will be completed. The person will learn to become a grown-up baby bird. So this not really a problem. It's just a matter of time, because currently this person is resisting this development and they don't want to develop, but the universe is certain they will. Baby birds, they do develop or they die. It's just these two options. Either they go under without knowing how to feed themselves, or how to they can't really learn how to fly, and they will perish. But other birds will make it through and also be able to feed and take care of themselves and fly towards the sky. So the divine isn't worried. They say, well, if you don't make it, you will come back to us and we'll make a restart. You will find another lifetime and we'll see if you can grow wings in that one. So they are not worried. This will be completed one way or the other. And this is the outcome. And we have victory and success, which is the Six of Wands. So we have 3 sixes shown connection to the Lover's card. So you can be victorious in your relationship if you feel that you have been shunted out, and if you approach these people and ask, okay, so what's the problem? How can we reconnect? And we follow the instructions. We can solve this like easy as this. It's just a matter of mindset. Instead of being the little baby bird expecting other people to feed us, we ask, okay, what's my role? How can I contribute to the whole, the universe here? How can I become a member instead of a child? It's sometimes children, of course, they need to be taken care of. This can be a situation where we are almost orphaned on a very early age, and we don't know how to survive, so it's a real problem. It's not a problem with the person being a little bit spoiled and curled, so they don't know how to start a dishwasher. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be a person has been abandoned in a time of their life where they weren't ready for it. For example, being too young, having poor health, being old people, they kind of go back into childhood and they can't maybe contribute in the way they did before, and other people need to take care of them, and if they don't, the person will return to God. So that is one thing. But so there's always a reason to why the person didn't evolve in the way that was necessary to cope with this situation. As I said, can be too young, had a health problem. Can also be that they were spoiled and curled, but it's still to no fault of their own. The environment needs to not be codependent and to tell what's asked of each and every one. That this is not a hotel. The mother says to the children, you need to contribute, you need to do this and this and that and that. So we can have harmony. But this didn't happen for some reason. So there was a conflict and a person was shunted out, and they don't know how to fix it. But the way to fix it is to communicate and ask, how can I fix it? And then fixing it. So it's not a big problem. So this person's situation seems to be a one of maturity. How can I grow? How can I achieve my dreams, my projects? So this person has a project which might be their own life. How can I get it together? How do I get an apartment, a job, things like this? It can also be, the project may be a relationship or several different relationships. How do I fix this? I have had fallouts and things are expected of me. What is expected of me and how can I deal with this? And the dreams might have answers for how people have been responding to you, and what they have been asking of you, and what you have been asking of them that they couldn't provide for. The last thing might be that this is a creative project. Maybe you have been sacked from your work because you're asked to spread your wings and do your own thing. So this is a very likely scenario that before we have been working at big companies and we are used to get our paycheck, and here I think more things are asked of you. You're asked to be a leader, to achieve things, to be a good example for others, to have success, to figure out what it is that you need to do and do it, and thereby being successful. So it's a beautiful development whatsoever situation. This is going to lead to more personal freedom because the person doesn't have to worry about what other people think if they themselves become like a responsible person. Okay, so I hope this helped, and I want you to take really good care. You can watch the other videos as well and see if you recognize anyone else. I also want to remind you of the other pick a card readings I did this week. Will you come back into union, and who are they as a person, that you will find in my playlist Pick a Card Psychic Readings at my channel. So thank you so much for watching, and if you liked and subscribed, I'm super grateful. Okay, thank you so much. So I will pick together these cards and break up the story from these cards. So next time I use it, it's not your story embedded here. So okay, so the last deck I will use is the OCEANIC Tarot. So it's this one there, and it looks like this. OCEANIC Tarot, include a full deck, and Jane Wallace. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see 10 of Pentacles, which is luck, and the devil, the vortex of temptation. So it's the devil. So we have something, 10 of Pentacles, it's a value, it's a place of value. It might be the company which gives us our salary. It might be the family home which provide us with roof and warmth. It might be the money that we have in our bank that that gives us some sense of security. It's family situation, it can be marriage, things like this. And we have the devil here. So it might be that the devil lives in our house, or that we are in a situation at work where we have to deal with the devil, in relationships where we need to deal with the devil, or we might deal with the devil inside ourselves in form of temptation and addictions and things like this. Always when it's on the outside, it's also on the inside. So if you have a devil on the outside that's abusive, it's probably because you have a codependent problem on the inside. That's your shadow. So don't blame the outside world. Fix your inside world and the outside problem will be gone. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light, and here we have the Queen of Swords together with the devil. So Queen of Swords is usually Libra, can be Gemini or Aquarius as well. and it's resilience. This is a very spiritual person. They are very clear-minded. They can see through a person's soul and pick out the truth. And they might become very judgmental because of this, because they see the truth with each and every one, whatever kind of mask they try to present. So you might be dealing with a cunning devil that is able to see right through you, or this is who you are, okay? And we have a shark there as well. So I called the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have 4 of swords together with the devil. So it seems like someone has taken themselves out of this difficult situation, maybe due to the Queen of Swords. We saw the situation that this is not good, it's not healthy, it's abusive, or it's just plain wrong. So we took ourselves out of the situation. 4 of Swords here, but it's peace on the surface, but not in the deep water. So there's still problems here. It's just that we have blocked out the problem, or the bitchy devil person, or whatever situation were there. So we are in this mix with this person, and this is not going to solve the problem. But it's going to help us find some peace of mind so we can figure this out. So what happened just now? Why is this situation so difficult? Why does people seem to be like this and that and that? And why are they reacting like this on me? Or what do I need to do to deal with these difficult people? And so on. So we have some space here in time where we can figure it out. And here we have Ace of Cups, love, together with 4 of Swords. So it seems like it's a little bit more difficulty in this situation when we also love the devil. It might be that we love our work and we don't want to leave there just because the co-workers or the boss is impossible. It might also be that we love these impossible people. Maybe we have personal relationships with people that are difficult and destructive, but we still love them. So currently it seems like we are keeping a person that we love on an arm's length distance because we wanted a dolphin and we got a shark. And why we got a shark is because it's mirroring something within us that we need to look at. If it hurts, it needs your attention, okay? So I call the 6 elements, and here we have the 10 of Pentacles again with Ace of Cups. So it seems like this situation can recycle or recircle into love again. So this can continue being a stable situation. We just need to deal with things as codependency, or why we want to control and hurt other people, because this can be a situation we are in that we want to have control over people. We can create drama, for example, tell people, yeah, I'm inviting you on Sunday to come to my house. There will be a party there. And when the person comes to the house, you are not there. You're just, I don't know, giggling in the bushes. Aha, they thought there was a party. We're inviting someone to a party and saying it's a masquerade ball, and then when they come, it's a costume thing. So this can be why we can be doing these kind of things to create drama, because we want to see the person's tears. This usually comes when we have a really crappy attachment style. We have learned that being in love is very dangerous. Either you are the shark, the predator, or you are becoming the victim. So you rather become the predator than the prey. So that's the song for you, I think. It's the song Natural with some Imagine Dragons. Yeah, okay, so one song I remember the title of and the name. This can easily come back to love again if we just see why we are doing certain things. So if we are doing something to make another person cry because that's the only way we can determine if they love us or not, or if they care about us or not, we need to find a better way to do this. So instead of just letting all the drama display in our lives and letting the devil inside of us rule the show, we can look at this in very like right at the wound and figure it out, like with the 4 of Swords, so that we can come back into union and we can tell the other person that I'm sorry, I did a lot of things to create drama with you because this was the way I was able to see if you loved me or not. and I never meant for you to be hurt. I just had deep personal problems. So some person might be coming to you also telling you this, wants to come back into some kind of very stable, beautiful situation with you. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear number 3s. So what is the situation going on for number 3? My pile number 3. We have the Hangman there and the World card. So there's some kind of pause before it will hit off again. So some person just need to figure something out and do things in a better way. Then things will just continue running smoothly. Okay, so I'll just tune in for a few seconds here. So my beautiful number 3s, this oracle card. It shows, it's telling me what the nature of your situation is like, and it's flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessing to others through your life purpose. So I'm thinking this is about opening one's heart to the beauty of the world. If we have been the Queen of Swords and only saw just the ugliness, we became ugly ourselves. But if we can see also the beauty and nurture ourselves with beautiful things, have beautiful clothes, have a beautiful surrounding. Doesn't have to be expensive clothes. Buy them on second hand and help nature, or go through your wardrobe and feel in what is the clothes that you really love and wear those, and also make your home like this, and your surrounding. Pick a little bit flowers and put in a vase somewhere to remind you of the beauty of the world, so it doesn't become so dark. Okay, working with flowers. So we are working with nature. We're working with our inner nature that wants to be expressed. The flower, it comes like a seed from the black soil, so from the devil's realm, and come into the light. So this is the journey that also this person needs to do, to start to see their own darkness. Either they're being the victim of it or the perpetrator in it. The victim needs a perpetrator, the perpetrator needs a victim. So when we don't want to be a victim anymore, we just end whatever situation that makes us a victim and say, no, I won't be a victim anymore. Even if it hurts a lot, because we wanted the dream. So we don't want to sacrifice the dream. But if we don't want to be a victim and we didn't achieve the dream in this situation, we sacrifice the situation. And the situation might change then and mirror us back something else. So flowers, beauty needs to be seen in the world and in others instead of this darkness. So the second oracle card is telling me what you have problem achieving. Have confidence in your creations. Trust in the power of God's creativity, which is being manifested through you. So we might, as being a little bit suspicious Queen of Swords kind of person, we might not trust even God. Like the divine has done this wrong. They didn't figure this out. So they gave me this person. It's the girlfriend or boyfriend from hell. They must have done a mistake. So have confidence in your creation. You have created the situation you have in your life for a reason, because you need to learn something specific. Don't try to shy away from the truth or blame it on someone else. Try to see it for what it is and trust in the power of God's creativity. Like everything happens for a reason. The situation is like it is because you needed to learn something, or you needed to go through hell to be baked like a bread in God's oven. Just because it burns doesn't mean you're going to die. You're just being baked like bread, and you're becoming a better soul for it. So the greatest challenges will create the most humble and beautiful souls. So this is how it is. So things are being manifested through you, and it might be that it's your like you need to make the world a better place. So if you don't think it's a good place, start with the person in the mirror, which is you. It can be very hard for people that see the ugliness in the world to have this or understand fully, but it's no way around. Just right through it, and to continue being a victim and saying, oh, it should be in some in some other way. It's not going to help you at all. It's just going to keep you stuck where you are at. This third oracle is telling you how you will achieve the desired outcome, and it's with gratitude. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. So instead of figuring out what you can like hate or don't like, or the ugliness, you can find out what you have to be grateful for. And this might give you another perspective of the world that will be much more fruitacious and give you more abundance and also better situations overall. Okay, so this is your situation. So the first card is situation, Page of Swords, gossip. This card, I feel, is in this case, it's a situation where we try to be on top. We try to figure out what will go wrong, so that we already knew. Well, I knew this was going to happen. I knew they were like this. I knew I should never have trusted them. What did I say to you? I said you couldn't trust this person. I said you wouldn't be in a relationship with them. So we want to always be the one that's right. We want to always be the one that is on top, and not the one that's doing it wrong or falling on our face or making mistakes. So because of this, we might not even try at all. We just gossip about other people's failures instead of looking at ourselves, on our own reflection. So how have I contributed to this relationship or this situation? Well, I spoiled this person, or I was always negative. I always expected the worst. I always told them, well, you have been cheating, you have been doing this. And eventually they did this, because what was there else to do? I was already giving them the blame for it. So with the gossip, we kind of want to talk with other people and tell about our gruesome story and how we have been a victim and how people have done this and this and that to us. And we want to hear them agree with us. Yes, that was an ugly story, and oh, that was awful what happened to you. And we are kind of a little bit hooked on the chemicals that's released when we are in fear of failure. So it's the same kind of energy that media is prying on. So they are writing on their headlines, they're writing 10,000 deaths there, and the bomb went down off there, and these people were killed, and there was rumors of war in this country. And so it will start a chemical reaction in your body. It's kind of this Page of Swords here in this situation, gossip. So it makes you, ooh, oh, interesting, that I must look, oh, that seems dangerous. So it's a very old part of the human brain that's being lured in here. It's like the survival. We need to have information so we will survive. So we are trying to figure out, okay, what's the deadliest hazards in this area? Is there any mountain lions? Is there a tribe in the north that will come and slip our throats at night? So this was a necessary evolutionary state for us to figure out ahead of time how we could make it, because we were not saber-toothed tigers. We didn't have the power of 300-400 kilos in our arms as a chimpanzee or an orangutan. We are weak, 80 kilos pressure in the arms for a male, and we don't have nothing. We don't even have a tail. So the thing we had was the gossip. We could figure out what's happening. So this is one of the oldest part. It was when we were born anew. First we were this natural being, very strong, we could catch a deer in the run and take a spear in it, just run against it and take it, because we were so strong and we could tolerate the sunlight and all these kind of things. But something happened. We went to the paradise and get soft and mushy, and then we woke up with knowledge, and this is the knowledge we had, but it made us fearful. So we dressed ourselves with leaves and whatnot, and we were thrown out of paradise because we couldn't live in paradise anymore when we were so fearful. The paradise is a state of mind where we are calm. We just live in the now. We don't worry about the future. But as this toothless small baby tigers, we felt fragile in the world, and we fought for our survival. So this is still present in the modern day human, as kind of a very worrying person with victim mentality. Everyone is out to get me. So it's time to evolve past this and start to become more responsible and see how we are creating our own lives, and that we actually have the power to say no to things we don't want and yes to things we do want. We have already all the big predators extinct, almost all, just a few to go, and then everyone will think that lions is just a myth. Okay, so challenge, and we have a 6 of Swords. So 6 of Swords here, it's in this situation, it's being smart and keeping fear at bay, or keeping the dangers at bay. So it's very clever individual. This is a person that's being very smart. They have a quick mind. They can see through every situation. If you would put them on like in a dangerous situation, they will thrive because they would survive. They have all the skills to survive. They're very sharp-minded, a good sense of smell, can see like any change in the leaves ripples or in the birds' songs, and they will immediately react with taking out their spear or their arrows and tensing their bow. so I'm not saying that it's a low evolutionary phase, but if it's the only one, it becomes very fear-based. So with the 6 of Swords, there's also a problem with telling the truth. Okay, we see something, but we don't want to gossip in the face of the other person about this. So we tell to the other people around instead that, oh, they did this to me and did that to me. But to this person, we might not tell anything at all. They never know that they are in trouble. So we need to address the person that we have a problem with. So tell it to their face instead of telling it to the whole world. So this might be a little bit of a gossipy person that doesn't approach people on a openly and tell, this is my problem with you. Or they might do it, but in a way that is almost offensive. So instead of saying, I'm sorry, I need to talk with you, I have this problem, I feel like you are not happy with my work. Instead they go and maybe say to others that I'm sure my boss isn't happy with my work because they have done this and this and that, and they are an awful person because they don't appreciate all the things I have done for them. And it can be different things like this. So what I'm seeing here is the necessity to be more truthful and honest, but not so truthful and honest so we say things just to hurt people. For example, so what's wrong with your clothes? Why are you wearing these clothes? Or why can't you speak English properly, which is something I hear a lot. And it's sweet because it shows a person that wants to take control over their situation by also excelling at things, like being the best at things. If you are the best spear thrower or the best one with the arrows, or you are the one that's best on tracking animals, you will also survive. So, but what's really going on here, how you're dealing with the challenges, is 5 of Cups. It's sadness. So the person is really very upset and troubled in this situation. It doesn't have to be this person's personality. It's just this situation is making them like this, that they can't really speak maybe the truth about the situation. Instead, they are trying to control the situation, but we can't control situations and people. What we can do is solving the situations by approaching them and trying to reach out. We won't always get the result we want. The boss might say, well, I'm thinking of sacking you, so that's why I'm not preaching for your work that you are doing, because I think this and this are wrong. But at least then we know, and we can make better if we know, instead of just talking around, beating around the bush, not approaching the actual situation. So there's a real sadness and a real fear that's behind all this. So we're acting all tough, but really we are hurt. Yeah, we are hurt. Okay. So what your intuition is telling you, and we have the 9 of Swords, so anxiety. So it's just showing again that you need to deal with this anxiety instead of instead of trying to survive, your soul is internal anyways. Instead of just focusing on trying to survive, focusing on trying to figure out yourself. Try to get to know yourself. Okay, so it hurts here. Why does it hurt? Don't blame it on the outside world. Look inside of you. Figure out, okay, so why do I want to say this offensive thing to this other person? Or why can't I tell the truth to this other person about how I feel? What is my reasons? So we need to look here. Why we are the victim? Why are we the perpetrator? What is it that we are trying to avoid, or what is it that we are trying to achieve? Sometimes we can try to achieve love. We have found a person that looks like something we recognize as love, but if we have a bad attachment style, if we were loved by wolves when we grew up, we are searching for wolves to put ourselves in relationship to. So we will start with trying to make these wolves nice, because our soul still knows how love should be. So we will still get hurt by the love that doesn't come, but we still take and tend to the wolves to get the love. I'm not saying that wolves is like they are the most social, adorable creatures, but just to make a metaphor, like a fairy tale kind of metaphor, so you will understand. So here we are searching out. We are both trying to avoid the danger, but in the same time we're seeking it out. So we are finding ourselves over and over again in the same troublesome situations, mostly because our mind are focused on it. So if we got love from people that was either overachievers and wanted us to be overachievers, so couldn't love us for the one we were, or they were violent or predator-like in any kind of way, or maybe they were preoccupied with themselves and didn't have time to tend for your needs. Whatever the situation is, look at what kind of cyclic situation you are creating, and take yourself out as a part of this game. So don't engage in this game anymore. So if you usually tend to go with people that's abusive, stop doing that. Okay, use your very clever mind to figure out the red flags, instead of using this situation to figure out, okay, so how can I walk on eggshells to not make this person angry with me or abusive towards me. You can use your very sharp mind to figure out, okay, so what's the red flags with this person? What are they doing that's not healthy? And whenever they do that, you say stop. And if they don't stop, you walk away. And if you are the more predator-like person in this equation, you look at the situation and think, okay, what is it that I'm trying to achieve by raising my voice, by hitting this person, or by stealing their stuff, or by making them insecure about themselves, giving criticism that is just intended to hurt. So what's going on with me here? Why am I so fearful that I need to make other people fearful too? How can I love myself? Can I appreciate myself? Can I see that I'm a good person? So we need to start with our self-esteem here, because it seems crappy. We are not worthy of love. So the person's situations, I don't know exactly what they are going through. It seems to go through like some kind of conscious development, where they are developing a consciousness, like they are developing the sense of right and wrong, instead of being on this survival skill mechanism kind of level. They are trying to understand their fears in this survival mechanism level, so that they can ascend to the next level of existence. So this is how they deal with their pain. 9 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles, generosity. So I think this person has a very charming personality, and they want to make things better. So they're not evil people. Most people aren't evil. They might be just 2% maybe of the population that's true evil, or even maybe they are not evil. I'm not sure. Okay, but people are mostly not evil. They want to achieve great things and beautiful things and make the people around them feel loved. But they have patterns and traumas and attachment styles that makes it rather impossible for them. But with this Six of Pentacles generosity, I think this person is diving deep. They still have this shell, like still their survival skill, but they're diving down and trying to figure it out. Okay, so how can I become a better person? How can I become a better person for myself and for the other person and for the third person in this equation? How can I do the best thing possible? So we have two sixes here, Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, both are connected to the Lover's card. So it seems like this person is dealing with, they are trying to figure out their relationships. They're trying to figure out, okay, so why are things always going wrong? Why am I always fearful? Why don't I get my needs met? Why is the world seems to be such a dangerous place? Why is there so little love here? And they're trying to fix it and are trying to put in love here. It's not their fault that they are born in a body that has this kind of conscious level. It might be a great, beautiful, like master soul going down in a body where we have very limited consciousness, and by putting this great soul here, this can be solved, this can be dealt with, so the person can overcome what generations and generations in thousands of years haven't been able to overcome before them. Maybe for 300,000 years or 3 million years or 300 million years. And now this soul is sent here to overcome this, okay, to fix it. With the Six of Pentacles, okay, I'm diving down. I'm still protected, but I'm diving down, trying to figure out what's going on here. What's going on with me? So it shows this beautiful soul awareness that also is the article for the Page of Swords. And here we have with what you need to relax and accept is love. Ace of Cups. Love is all that ever is. So we might feel the gravity pull of love towards someone, but we are too fearful to approach them with anything that resembles love. Or we approach them with love, but we can't love ourselves. So we love them to death, but we can't respect and love ourselves and take care of ourselves. So it might be different. This is a little bit split. It's the victim perpetrator kind of situation that's going on here. But love is there. In the foundation, love is all. And also when we leave this place and go back to where we came from, the person that was our enemy will be shown to be our soulmate and our best friend in heaven. We just went down in this duality, in this black and white, where there's contrast, so we can see our own problems, we can see our own attachment styles, because it's not always just ancestral karma attached to the body, it's also your own spiritual karma attached to your soul, traveled from lifetime to lifetime. So love is there, it's truly there. And the next level is the Fool. So this is the person coming back, like it's the person being so suspicious for many, many lifetimes, either to the body's consciousness or to the soul's consciousness, and have been fearful and with the sword approach in front of them when they're approaching anything, and being a little bit bitchy and a little bit like a know-it-all and snapping and with their words, or the other way around, like very humble, letting other people snap with their words. It depends on what style this person have. And with the Fool, it shows that they get back into union with nature. Okay, they get back into union with themselves, with the source, with the self-love. This is the salvation. So the person is about to open their heart chakra and to become brave again. It's almost like having this wise human soul, the knowledge of good and bad, but returning to the state of nature where we live in the now. So I love this person now. So I will say, I love you. But this person hurts me. So I say, you hurt me. This person hurts me even more. So I walk away. And it's like natural, here and now. It's just not figuring out, okay, so if I do this, what will happen next? But actually aligning with the soul and the beautiful web of creation that nature and earth is bringing to us through the magnetic fields and through the waters. So it seems like this person is returning to the soul of Daya, soul of nature. So it's almost like a person becoming awakened, like spiritual awakened, becoming the Buddha. Before they had this troubled mind, they were so into this and trying to figure it out, but it only bring them heartache and pain. Maybe because someone didn't want to be the victim anymore, or because they don't want to be the victim anymore. So they accepted the pain or the misfortune or the disappointment, like they couldn't get love from this person that was like a rock, or accepting the pain Nine of Swords can sometimes be guilt also. I did this to the person I love the most. And here with the Six of Pentacles, trying to fix it. And next level is, yeah, you will fix it. You will be able to fix it. You will get the knowledge to find out how to do this in a better way. That it's not fear-based, not connected to the reptile brain kind of, but actually to your soul consciousness and to the earth's consciousness. So super beautiful. And this is the outcome. And here we have the Queen of Wands, passion. So the Queen of Wands shows a person full of self-respect. So they now love themselves and they appreciate and take care of small things in life. For example, their inner child or their inner soul spirit. So they take care of this. They also take care of other people's spirits. So they don't hurt them anymore consciously by saying, oh God, what ugly color you have on your hair, and you couldn't even do this or that to fix it, or whatever we do. Gaslighting other people so they will feel insecure about themselves, because we feel insecure about ourselves. But here we don't. So there's no longer no need for taking down other people or bring down ourselves by being in abusive or disrespectful situations and relationships. So this is a person that have become the soul self and expressing their true soul in the world, instead of just seeing ugliness and just seeing the bad. So now they can smell the flowers and take good care of the small things. But if someone comes and threat their paradise, they are still ready. They haven't abandoned the Queen of Swords in all this. Okay, and they have the little wand there as well. So flowers, and they now feel gratitude. They look at the positive things in life instead of the bad things. So it seems like this person is in some kind of spiritual ordeal. Their situation is mostly turned inwards. I can't see the real outside situation, but their inward situation is them working with this, with a victim and perpetrator, how to take myself out of the dance with the devil, with the demons inside of me, and put light on them, better my ways, become more adult, honor love. So not giving away your love out of self-respect for yourself to someone that doesn't deserve it. You can still say, I love you, but I can't be with you because of whatever. Or showing true love where you couldn't show love before. So it seems beautiful, and it's a solution to everything, it seems. So thank you so much for watching. And I also want to recommend you watching my Will You Come Back into Union? And Who Are They as a Person, that you can find in the playlist Pick a Card Psychic Readings at my channel, because this will give you a complete picture of this situation that you or this other person are in, so you will understand it from different angles. And if you chose to like and subscribe, I'm super grateful for you. Thank you so much for rewarding my work. And thank you everyone for watching, and have a nice day, and bye bye.